Yo, what up my bozos? So this is StarDragonBozo again with a little bit of a different video. Not a deck list this time, but a little bit of a tier list. Rating all the X-rares from BSS 01 and all the current structures out and the Jewel Dragon that just got shown off the other day for the promo expansion. Starting off with my boy Supernova Dragon Seaworm Nova. He's Ascend 6. He's got flash for his awakened, and when summoned, when he ascends with a Seaworm and when he ascends off a spirit with Seaworm in its name, you may place the soul core into the void. If you do, your life goes back up to 5. Also, when he attacks, he can kill anything on field, totaling up to 10,000 BP, which is a lot typically. Gagano, I think, pretty easily goes to top of A, bordering on S, but he's not the best in red even, so that's why he's not an S. But Jurassic King Gagano Rex. This card's insane. When you're summoning him, Pterosaurs or Emperor Beasts on field count as 2 reduction. So 3 over Raptidons, and this boy's 2 cost, which is insane, especially when considering if you only have Pterosaurs or Emperor Beasts, he's a level 3. Meaning he's a 13k attacking with Confront, and he makes everyone else 3,000. It's insane. I mean, there's a reason Pterosaurs is insanely powerful right now. Gagano is a big factor of that. So I think easily Gagano's an S tier. Okay, and then we go to one of the worst X-rares out at the moment. Storm Beast Emperor Thunder Leon. He's an Emperor Beast, 3 reduction. Trying to say anything good about him right now. When summoned, pop all 2k or fewer spirits, and when destroys are not triggered. It's not horrible. And his level 3, when he attacks, draw a card. In Pterosaur Emperor Beast, you're not running this guy. I mean, the only good thing about his Wen is the fact that it doesn't actually activate when destroys. So, like, if your opponent has, like, 3 Flamefishes, it's not bad. It's definitely usable, but not fantastic. For now, top of C. Next up, Grand Underworld Trio Queen Maduke. Maduke is insane. When one of your spirits with Curse or Blood Curse reduces your opponent's life, place the Lost Life cord into the void. So, whenever you're attacking with a Curse, if they don't want to, sack one of their creatures to take it, they lose a life, and that life goes to the void, so they don't get ramped. It's insane. And then her level 2, she gets Blood Curse. So, Blood Curse is a keyword exclusively on Maduke at the moment. So, what it means is, when the spirit would be destroyed by by your opponent, you get to place 1 core from your opponent's life and 1 core from this spirit into the owner's trash. So when you would pop Maduke takes an opponent's life. It's crazy. And then obviously her level 3, all spirits with Curse gain Blood Curse. If Maduke hits field and hits level 3, it's rough. It's really rough for your opponent. Realistically, the best thing to do with Maduke is another purple matchup, like just being able to take cores off of her. But outside of the mirror match, not much you can do to Maduke. I think Maduke top of A. Maduke's insane. Infernal King Curse, and now here get to another insane guy. Remove 1 core from all other spirits and place them into their owner's reserve. Then, for each spirit that was destroyed, place a core from the void onto him. It's nuts. I mean, you're ramping. I mean, Curse King just killing 1 or 2 things just ramps you so much. And then when he attacks, select one of your opponent's spirits, remove all but 1 core from it. So it Boculuses 1 guy and then place it into their reserve. Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah, absolutely crazy. Also just so good. It's so hard. I think I might put Maduke into S, because we're more rating the cards isolated than like them in their matchup or in their archetypes. Because I have unfortunately not been able to play all the decks. I've got a pretty good amount of playtesting with red and white, and a little bit in purple, but not as much as I should. So I'm more going to rate the isolated card more than their interactions with everyone else. Because if that was the case, Emperor Beast Thunder Leon would be in D. And Dread Knight Nemesis. When he attacks, select one of your spirits, and you may destroy it to activate one of the following effects. Select one of your opponent's spirits, place up to 2 cores from it to the reserve, and draw 2. So for 1 core less, on attack, and also you have to sack a creature, you get to do what Infernal King does, but worse. When destroyed, your opponent selects one of their spirits and destroys it. Okay, that's just not... Cursed Nemesis can be okay. Like, if you have, like, a Horde field, fine. But, like, other than that, nah, dude. I think he... Yeah, Infernal is in C, right above Leon. Next up, Durham Dyna. Yeah. So, in actuality, Durham Dyna, when he attacks, pay the Spirit Soul Core. Select one of your white spirits for each Nexus either player controls. The selected spirits cannot be blocked during this turn. So, if you and your opponent each have 1 Nexus, you can make 2 things unblockable. Late game, that kills. That's why you see Durham Dyna teched into so many other things. But like I said, individual card, not really the matchup. So, level 2, during either attack step, when the spirit would be destroyed by your opponent's effect, you may pay a core to keep it on the field refreshed. Yeah, the level 2 and 3 is insane. I mean, once again, the main thing that gets around this is purple. And only having 1 bad matchup is not bad. Durham Dyna, strictly an S. It's very good, and it's one of the only X rares here that can be splashed into other things very consistently. Every color's gotta have one bad one. Dinosaur, Harrier, Turbo, Rex. Ascend, 3 or more. Okay, not a tough ascend cost. During your opponent's attack step, you may select one of your opponent's spirits at the start of the step. If possible, that spirit must attack first this step. And you're forcing one of your opponent to attack with a spirit that they might not want to. So it could force, like, you could do, like, you have a destruction thing there. Like, if you're forcing them to attack with, like, a Nova on level 1 when they want to get it higher up. So you use that, boom. Same with, like, Gagano if they have, like, 1 thing on field and they're waiting till next turn to get rid of it. Yeah, definitely has some utility. I would say probably not nearly as much as either of the other white ones, but let's see what its level 2 is. When the spirit attacks, select one of your opponent's spirits that does not have Ascend and return to hand. So whenever he attacks, basically, unless you're playing red or white with this guy, you won't have Ascend. So most of the time, this is just saying, hey, when he attacks, return something to hand. That's pretty good. Definitely not great. He is a 3-drop though, so he is one of the cheapest X rares cost-wise. So I'll put him at B. Not universally great like a lot of the other things in A and S, but really, really good. Armor Dragon Ship Enterprise. This card is great. At level 1, it has armor red, purple, and white, only not being protected by yellow. So when he blocks, refresh him once per turn. Insane. Level 3, all your spirits get red, purple, and white armor. That is crazy. Enterprise is amazing against all matchups. Well, against all matchups because things like Burning Force are teched in. So, I mean, Enterprise is so good. Just giving all of your guys armor red and purple alone is great, but for the mirror match, them getting white is also crazy. But yeah, I mean, like, the only weakness is that he doesn't give yellow, and if he gave yellow, this card would be busted. I mean, giving everyone in your field protection from everything, crazy. Yeah, Enterprise is fantastic. I'd say he's definitely an A above Nova, because Nova, you do need a Sea Worm on field for him to actually get life back, but definitely not bad. Now it's yellow. Archangel Michael. So when summoned, reveal a card from the top of your deck for each yellow spirit or Nexus you control. Add all magic cards from the revealed cards to your hand. Return any remaining cards to the bottom of your deck in any order. She's great. She's fantastic. I mean, the only downside is you have to have creatures and Nexus on field, but I mean, for a 7-drop and for your like main thing, you're gonna have stuff before you activate her. So reasonably, she's great. And then during either attack step, if the spirit has the soul core, you may use magic card from your hand without paying their cost. I mean, yeah, insane. Actually, well, Durmdine is the best because he conceivably can go into other colors. Maduke's fantastic because she stops herself from being destroyed, and Michael makes you play things for free. So okay, I think that everything there looks pretty good. You can argue with me in the comments. God Beast Behemoth. When summoning the card, you can use symbols of spirits and trash that cost 2 in addition on symbols on field. Pretty good. The thing is, he doesn't have a level 1 effect. He's a vanilla at level 1. But his level 2 is only 2 cores, so it doesn't really matter that much. And then, when the spirit attacks, spirits that cost 2 cannot be blocked by opponent spirits that are level 2 or higher. So, when he attacks at level 2, if all your 2 cost spirits, they can only be blocked by level 1s. Really, really good. So you drop Behemoth onto a board of like 3 Pantans or 3 Claudrius or whatever 2-drops you have. That's game. Yeah, Godbeast Behemoth is great. I mean, honestly, yeah, better than a curse. And lastly, Wonderland Alice. Again, I have not read. Have I read this card before? I might not have, honestly. I have not seen Alice very much. When the spirit attacks, select one of your opponent's spirits, reduces BP by 1,000 for each spirit you control. Okay, that's... So when it attacks, theoretically... Oh, that's not level 1. Oh, wait, what? That's not level 1? That affects fine for a level 1. Not even at level 2? Okay, that's a little rough. Level 3, during either attack step, if you control 3 or more spirits, when this spirit would be destroyed, you may place a core from the void onto it to keep the spirit on the field exhausted instead. So self-protection, not bad, but I mean, I don't really see it. It doesn't proactively really do anything except for when it attacks, pop it. But at level 2, it's only 6k, and at level 3, it's only 7. That's pretty weak. I mean, its level 2 can be popped by a Volcanic Canyon. Or not Canyon, sorry, Volcanic Break. I don't know. Usable, but I think still in B. What? Next up. Oh, sorry. Shoot, I got Jewel Dragon instead again. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of all these relative to what we have out now. Jewel Dragon's bad. Treat the spirit's color and core as purple, all the colors, including green and blue. When summoned, draw a card if you have fewer cards in hand than your opponent has in theirs. Okay, so I mean, fine. And at level 2, when summoned, place the core from the void into your trash. For Lord, yeah, this D, honestly, dude. This card is that card's so bad right now that there's no reason to play it because I mean, cross color isn't fantastic. I mean, like, the most splashing you see is like a Derm Dino or like some like 1 or 2, like a bunch of 2-drop stuff in God Beast. But other than that, no, you don't. Now on to actually good cards. Nebula Dragon Andromeda. When summoned, select one of your opponent's spirits with 3,000 or fewer BP, or one of their nexuses, and pop it. So it is basically it is a Burning Force, but on a when summon on a creature, and it's a 6. While the spirit attacks, it's Confront at level 3, and it's a 10k Confronter. I mean, it's not bad. Definitely not bad. Not nearly as strong as Gagano or Nova, but it's not bad at all. I'd say top of B for Mr. Andromeda. Definitely playable, but not universally included. Dark King Snake Pendacles. Select one of your opponent's spirits, remove all but 1 core from it, and place it into their reserve. Okay, not bad. So when summoned, he does what Boculus does, but for 1 thing. Okay then, and he's 1 cost higher. That's sick. When the spirit attacks, select one of your opponent's spirits, remove a core from it, and place it in the trash. Okay, so this is the Boculus Curse Dragon combo at home in 1 card. I mean, it's not bad. Pendacles definitely isn't bad. So, I mean, if you summon him at level 2, you can kill something, which, I mean, isn't like a horrible thing, but let's go bottom of B for now. I might change that before the video ends. No, not above Durham. Yeah, Elk is Elk is crazy, dude. Also, just the name is insanely long. Divine, Moonsky, Beast, Fanatic, Elk. When he blocks, can't be destroyed by your opponent's destruction, result of battle, and can't have his cores removed from your opponent's effects. Now, if you can hear in my voice the frustration, it's because I've played against this card. This card's stupid. I mean, the only way to get rid of it is, it can't be during attack step, because when this mofo blocks, he's just unkillable. Ugh, Lord. And then at the end of turn, if you didn't lose life this turn, your opponent loses one, which is crazy. I mean, this is White Control's win con. White Control has a very good win con in Fanatic Elk. If you get 2 of them on field, you're draining your opponent for 2 each turn that they can't hurt you, which, considering you have stuff like Enterprise that refreshes itself, or even just Namengard that gives you entire refresh step. Absolutely insane. Yeah, very, very deserving of S tier. And lastly, Calamity Beast, Chaos, Pegasoros. During your attack step at level 2, see, I don't know why they didn't give these guys like a level 1 effect. Like, honestly, all of your spirits that cost 2 gain 2k BP. I think that can be level 1. I don't think, especially only during the attack step, I think that can be at level 1, and this card would not see any more play than it's seeing right now. Level 3, when the spirit attacks, select one of your 2 costs and refresh them. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't do enough. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely good. But the fact that it has to attack first, and it's a 6k at level 3. 3 with reduction means he's cheaper, so he's not, it makes the underpoweredness of him not as bad, because of the fact that at level 3, he's only 3 cores on him, and he's a 3-drop with reduction, and bottom of B. I don't imagine him seeing much play, but he definitely could. Like, so my ideology is gets played in basically all of the variants of the color, except for like 1 or 2. A, very good, can be played in a lot of different things, don't even need like their own variant. Don't need their own variant to be playable as well, but operate very much well in their variant. B, tech options, not universally included, not considered extraordinarily powerful. C, very low play level and not super common to see in competitive play. And D, you won't see this card in competitive play. Obviously, this is just for right now. Obviously, when set 2 comes out, who knows? Color mixing might make Jewel a fucking A tier, but I really doubt it. Jewel is just not super strong. But hey, let me know if you guys have anything else that you'd rather do, or anything you think around. Like maybe you think Gagano being an S is a blasphemy, and you think Nova should be a D tier. I'll fight you on it, but I don't. But you're more than willing to put it in my comment section. Be civil, subscribe, like if you enjoyed it, and have a great rest of your day.